What's your risk tolerance? That's a common question in this industry, and quite frankly, it drives me nuts because too often the question is asked as if it's a simple answer, and it's really not. In my opinion, the answer should be a lot more dynamic than most people think it is. It certainly should be based upon the goal, but I would argue it also is based upon the overall environment that you're in. Earlier this week, I was talking with a client who has historically defined themselves as conservative. They don't like taking a lot of risk, and I get it. But I was trying to explain a concept that I was referring to as pressing the attack or pressing the advantage. And so the analogy that I used was a military analogy. Now, if you know me, you know I do a lot of reading. I read between 40 and 50 books each year. And my dad was a historian. So when my dad died, I inherited all of his books, most of which are military history books. And so at least once a year, I try to pull off the shelf one of his books and read it. And so this concept of pressing the advantage, I'm borrowing that from military history, because if you study military history, especially if you go back far, say, for example, to the Civil War, and you study those military campaigns, General Lee and General Grant were not always pressing the attack. They were looking for opportunities, and then when they found an opportunity, they were trying to exploit the opportunity. They would press the attack when they could, but retreat and be conservative when that was also more appropriate. And I would argue the same should apply to your investing portfolio. Whether you're building your nest egg or you're already in retirement, I would contend that the amount of risk that you're taking in your portfolio should be based upon the prevailing market environment. Anyway, I hope that helps.